Yay! Yay! La la la. La la la. It's me, Oracle Brigette. And we're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. Okay, so I'm here to do a power up meditation. You know what? Let's put a filter on. Zoo, zoo, zoo. Okay. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Yeah. Come in. Take some deep breaths. Oof. Okay, so today, Grand Rising, my love. Today we are doing the Power Up Meditation as a complimentary offering here on Instagram Live. If all goes well, I'm going to keep this on my page too, so that other people can tune in and activate whenever is right for them. I don't really have plans for what exactly I'm going to do. I just like to wing it, as I always do, from spirit. It always works out best that way. So let's just hang out and settle into the energy a little bit, and then we'll begin our meditation. Please make sure you do read the pinned comment, and I love you. Breathe, and as you breathe, start to notice your breath. As you breathe, start to notice your breath. So today's little guided meditation and light-coded session is going to be, let me see, what do I want to set the intention for? First, let me turn off the comments. I love you guys, but I am easily distracted, so it's best I just do this so I can stay focused on the task at hand. Okay. Right, okay, power meditation. I love you guys. Thank you for holding space for me. The intention for today's session is to bring us into greater embodiment, greater spiritual embodiment, so that we can have a physical experience of our spirit in our now moment. When we are actively channeling our own spirit, when we have embodied our higher self, which is very natural for us. The body really calls in higher self in your most relaxed state. So, just take a deep breath. And there's your higher self, boom. Take a deep breath. And there's your spirit, boom. So, take another deep breath, shall you? Shall we? So, because this is going to be a spiritual embodiment session, these light codes, this guided meditation, I want you to know that if your phone dies, it's fine. You're fine. This is not a hypnosis. If you only watch 1 minute of it, it's fine. This is not an astral travel meditation, which is something we have done together before. That's not this. We're going to stay embodied for this session. So just know whether you watch the whole thing or 30 seconds or 10 minutes, you're fine. This can only bring you in if you so desire, and that's it. No spells, this is not anything about using a divination tool. This is nothing about a third party, except for that I'm a reflection of your light, if you so resonate, so that you can take your own spirit through a potential experience that I can go through simultaneously, aka a guided meditation session with Oracle Brigette. I'm feeling pretty chill, feeling pretty loosey-goosey on this gorgeous Sunday rising, and I just felt like connecting with you all. Felt like it was a good idea to do a power up since I really didn't do one this week with you guys. And as I tap into spirit, I can't help feeling even more giddy and excited. And as you guys join the live, I'm getting really more excited. I'm like, yay, my friends are here. My friends are here. But yeah, we can get into the work. Oh, spirit doesn't like that I use the words get into the work. Okay, well, we'll get right into my spiritual self-awareness, shall we? Here's our first message, my loves. Okay, I actually like my pinned comment. I like having it there, so I'm gonna turn commenting back on. But guys, don't distract me, please. And I love you. Okay. So the first thing that's important for me to express to everyone is the naturalness of spirit. How natural and organic it is for each and every one of us to be an expression of our own spirit, to allow our spirit to embody, and to allow ourselves to function on the physical plane as a true physical expression of our own personal spirit. So it is. Take a deep breath. Because this is natural, because this is a natural experience, a natural flow, the embodiment of your spirit, and then the thereafter expression of your spirit as a natural source of your free will and influence to your free will. And as we continue to move forward, the separation between free will and spirit diminishes until free will and spirit are one. And as I move forward, making choices, as we move forward, making choices for ourselves with our free will, they are coming directly from spirit with no third party, with no tool, with no nothing in between. We come into a space where aligning with spirit is so natural and organic that we don't need to go out or go to other or go through another external thing to get deeper into ourself. Now, do other things help sometimes? Yes. But for the sake of this light code, stay with me. Because it's very, very important to my spirit that I impart to you how natural it is for you to be an expression of your spirit. How natural it is for you to be an expression of your spirit. How natural it is, how organic it is for your spirit to be in your body, your full awareness and your full consciousness activated as well. It is natural in this time for you to be uplifted. What? Oracle Brigette, what? Natural in this time for me to be uplifted. It is natural in this time, in response to the cosmic energies and what they're doing to your physical body, for you to be uplifted. The only way it wouldn't feel like it's natural for you to be uplifted is if you don't want to be uplifted and you want to stay where you are down. These energies are bright and crystalline that we are in. And so they infuse us. They activate our spiritual bodies, and our vibration rises, and everything in our life responds to that raising in vibration. Okay? Grand rising, my loves. Come on in. However, if you are highly attached to your physical life and how it looks and everything that is a part of your physical life, as your vibration raises in response to the current cosmic energy, and then that vibration starts to reverberate out into your life, and changes therefore start to be made in response to that vibratory shift. If you are attached to what was and are not interested in the natural flow of spirit, but rather more interested in having control of how your life looks and feels, you're going to experience some discomfort. Imagine if it's natural and organic for your body to continue to gently, slowly shift and raise in vibration in the gorgeous pulsing of cosmic energy that's constantly showering over us and infusing the earth with energy and us with energy as well. If that is natural for us to raise in vibration, use your creativity, use your imagination for a second. Imagine how uncomfortable that must be for those who are not interested in raising their vibration, for those who are just fine how they are and actually don't want their life to change at all, or don't think maybe their life is worthy of an upward shift, don't think that they have enough value, which is bullshit. Don't think that they are worthy enough for a better life. Those are like the two kinds of people: the over-attached people because they love their life and they don't want to upshift, and then the people who just don't think that they're worthy of an upshift. Those two groups of people are going to experience discomfort because the upshift is involuntary. Everyone gets hit with the same current cosmic energy. Everyone gets hit with the same current cosmic energy And all human bodies respond to raising in vibration the same. And all physical realities respond to raising in vibration the same. That's just how it goes. It's the ripple effect. So it's a natural flow. As if you were in a current on a stream, in a river, in the ocean. It's a natural flow. So now use your imagination. If you're in a river, in a stream, and there is a natural flow of a current, do you think it matters how much you don't want to flow with that river? Do you think the cosmic flow of energy really gives a shit if you do or don't like the experience of your vibration being lifted? Do you think the universe cares? Do you think God cares that you prefer to stay in this lower vibrational place, whether you like it or not? It's not even whether God likes it or not, it's whether you like it or not. You might not even like where you're living, the vibrational dimension that you're living in, the way that you are, the way your vibration is. You might not even like it, but you might not even realize that until you raise your vibration and you're looking at yourself in retrospect. And you say, damn, 5 days ago, 1 month ago, 6 months ago, 3 years ago, I was not happy. This is happy. And our standards keep rising as our vibration lifts and we get access to higher and higher vibrational versions of reality. We get to experience higher and higher dimensional expressions of life as we continue to raise our vibration. And it's so beautiful, and I just love that feeling of confirmation. Take a deep breath. Because there is a moment in the experience where there's the challenge, where you can feel that, oh, my vibration has shifted. My vibration has shifted. And now I'm seeing my life change. And now I'm a little uncomfortable because change is happening. And that which I was used to, and that which I was comfortable with, it's being taken away from me. And it's shifting out of my sight. Now, new things do come into your sight. But before those new things come in, and we're experiencing the exiting of the old, when really we are just exiting the old vibration and into a new one, so into a new dimension where there are new things for us that continue to resonate in a higher manner, higher vibratory manner that's synchronistic with your spirit. The discomfort as you exit that plane, that old place, is palpable. You know, that's truly a discomfort that we transmute, and we must transmute it because it does build up a certain amount of kinetic energy within ourselves that powers us into the next dimension. It's also why we can't drag people into the next dimension, because they just don't have the energy to get there. You gotta transmute your own discomfort of the innate raising of your vibration, because that transmuting, it builds up a certain kinetic charge that powers you forward into that next dimension. Yeah, I think I've repeated the same light code twice just now, but I just want to make sure I got that out clear. So it's such a great confirmation and spiritual personal validation with self. When you've already gone through the discomfort and you're having your self-aware moment of self-reflection, and you look back on 5 days ago or 1 week ago or 2 months ago or 2 years ago, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't like life at all. When you look back and you're like, oh my God, I wasn't even happy. Oh my God, I can't believe I made myself go through that. I can't believe I settled for that. I can't believe I let myself be trapped in that way. I can't believe I needed to go through that experience. But hallelujah, thank you, Spirit, here I am now. Wow. Wow. Life feels so much more resonant and home. And man, it was definitely uncomfortable. And I had to transmute some frictional energies within myself to build up the kinetic charge to take me here. But I can confirm that the confirmation I feel in that I made the right choice for myself fuels me and fills me even more. I feel more inspired, more self-motivated. I feel proud of myself. I feel very capable. And I'm consistently reminded throughout my life as I continue to go through these kind of experiences how the discomfort is truly a sign that there is a rebirth occurring. hope those light codes feel good for you. They feel good for me. Make sure you breathe in. And so we return to the topic, right? We return to that little initial code, that it is natural and it is organic for you to be an expression of your spirit. It is completely natural, and it is a natural flow that your body and your spirit are constantly dancing, constantly fusing with each other, and more just like, it's a union that continues to deepen. And as it deepens, we strengthen within. And so this flow is innate. As we grow, as we evolve, as we experience life, it occurs. If we resist, it still occurs. It's just more uncomfortable. If we doubt and gaslight ourselves, it still occurs. It's just more surprising. My loves, you've got a lot of powers coming online. I'm calling them powers in quotes because there's probably a better word to think of them. I just can't think of it right now. You've got some skills that are there now. And as your spirit continues to naturally embody and ground into your physical body, as you continue to be this expression of your spirit, you will find that you have new skills that are just there and ready to go, ready to use. You have certain things that you function at a very high level on. Make sure you have an open mind and you're willing to go into the things that you're curious about and that interest you, and not be afraid to be the first one who's curious about something or to be interested in something. Maybe even creating a genre, or realizing there's a new niche or genre that no one else has been curious about, and you feel like the first one who's curious about it. That energy is going to really facilitate you towards this facilitation of the spiritual self that's naturally coming online within yourself. Because this new vibration hasn't been experienced ever before. And it's going to be a constant feeling of newness. But what I love about this light code, let me tell you what I love about it. As we continue to move forward and step forward into this feeling of newness, acknowledging that it's natural for me to be an expression of my spirit, and so I'm going to keep going and moving forward in my life with this natural flow so that it can just naturally keep occurring. And as I do this, I realize I have new skills. I realize I'm good at certain things that I wasn't expecting. And as we continue to move forward and acknowledge these things, the universe continues to meet us there. I'm going to go deeper. I continue to facilitate my embodiment of my spirit by acknowledging my value, by acknowledging that it is my birthright to be an expression of my spirit and to live a very Christed or heavenly life. I know that it is my birthright, and so I acknowledge that life will continue to feel better. But I also acknowledge that when big shifts happen, discomfort occurs because my vibration is rising and I'm being vibe shifted out of current physical or social or personal mental space environments. The discomfort of shifting out of that environment is a very special experience, because when you feel it, you can know that the rebirth is occurring. The baby's coming out no matter what, so you just go through the discomfort. With every emotion you feel, let it take you deeper into yourself. With every emotion you feel, you want to follow those emotions in and really allow yourself to transmute that energy with your body, breathing them and feeling them and taking them deeper into yourself. And remember, if you feel like your emotions that you feel within you, or your energy you feel within you, that spiritual emotional energy, And if it ever feels too big or too strong or highly uncomfortable, I want you to know that it's probably because you're trying to escape them. And so they're getting stronger to call you back into yourself, back into your body. So remember to respect and honor your feelings and your emotions, because your feelings and your emotions bring you back into yourself. And as you run away from them or deny the expression, not the expression, but rather the feeling of them, the transmutation of them, if you deny that, then they will get stronger until you can't deny them, because it's all you can feel. So take a deep breath. And so, like I said, it's natural for us to be an expression of spirit. So our body has natural things that will play out to ensure that we continue to be spirit and be inhabitable. We continue to be inhabitable for our spirits, an inhabitable plane. Where we resist, still happens, it's just uncomfortable, more uncomfortable. And then sometimes the universe has to yank it out of your hand because you're holding on too tight, and that's never fun. Other times we're just completely out of self-love, and so we feel completely unworthy of anything good. And so God is like, here's all these amazing things. You're like, I couldn't. And in those cases, God's like, take it. It's like, if it's meant for you, it will occur. God can't force you to eat it, but he will put it in your hand. In the same way, you think you can control whether or not the rest of the world evolves and shifts and you just want to hold on? No. God will rip that out of your hand. Because guess what? Your purpose, your soul purpose, and the agreements you made with God, the universe, before you incarnated, are much more important than the human dramas that you are experiencing right now, that are all related around attachment and lack of self-value and self-doubt of better life, and a complete lack of acknowledgement that it is your birthright to be an expression of your spirit, and so it is natural for your spirit to continue to stream into your body and influence your human until you are a fully spiritual human. Every time you just relax and stop feeling all tense and tight, you just stop and are present, spirit streams into your body at a rapid pace and starts doing an energetic surgery on your body, changing vibrations. And as your vibrations shift and upshift, you start to permeate outward a different frequency that manifests a different dimensional version of reality. And so that's where having an open mind comes into play and comes to be very handy. Because where we have an open mind and where we're willing to be surprised by the universe, where we're willing to acknowledge that we don't know everything that could happen, and always willing to be imaginative or creative and know that there's always options, that place of having an open mind, almost an optimistic state of being, that will help. That will help because then you're leaving room for the universe to love on you in ways that maybe you could not have fathomed. So please remember that although feelings sometimes are uncomfortable, feeling emotions, it's uncomfortable, it does bring you back into yourself. And I really hope to impart onto you that by feeling what you're feeling, rather than escaping it so it has to get stronger and stronger and more uncomfortable to call you back into yourself, feeling it when you feel it and experiencing the energy fully within yourself until it's communicated something to you, because the feeling takes you deeper and deeper and deeper into your soul truth. Until you reach that soul truth, and then the feeling dissipates. Wow. Turns into something else. That transmutation of a feeling is a building of a kinetic energy, a spiritual kinetic energy. And when the feeling fully transmutes into the kinetic energy, it starts to power you forward and it lifts your vibration and it moves you forward into the next vibration. So it's not like, what do I have to do to raise my vibration and enter into the fifth dimension? What work do I have to do? What work? How do I have to hustle to get into the fifth dimension? That is not the case. It is natural. It is an organic flow. the way that I can hope to inspire you to realize how natural this is and still feel like I'm imparting some kind of advice onto you, I guess spiritual advice, I could say, feel your feelings, let them take you deeper into your body, and know that when you are done with the feeling, you have built up a charge, and that charge cannot propel you forward into your next highest vibrational experience. To choose to dwell in a feeling of discomfort, it's true, it can potentially build up a wild charge. So I want to talk to you a little bit about like a toxic kinetic charge. It's the first time I put those words together. We're kind of just channeling here, you know. So if you allow yourself, or force yourself rather, to stay in that state of rebirth, of holding in the baby, holding in the rebirth baby, yourself, or trying to, hold on, staying in the discomfort that's supposed to be a feeling that you feel, and then you transmute it, and then you have kinetic energy that moves you into the future, but you keep avoiding the feeling, and so the feeling gets stronger and stronger and stronger, and you keep avoiding it, and the feeling keeps trying to call you back into yourself so you can evolve. If you keep avoiding that feeling, the feeling gets stronger and stronger. Eventually, when you feel the feeling, I want you to know the kinetic energy will also be very high. So whereas if it was a small emotion, a tiny inkling of a feeling that was a little uncomfortable to process, where that is, when you have that, just feel it then. This is uncomfortable. Oof. Let me make sure I really take this energy in. What am I feeling right now? Okay, yeah, let me breathe through this. Build up that kinetic charge and use it when it's in its baby places, in its very small form. Because if you don't, it gets stronger, it gets more uncomfortable. And then by the time you realize that there might be something you have to feel, it's huge. It's huge. It's huge. And then to feel that feeling, you've taken so long to feel it. And you've avoided the discomfort, or you've stayed in the discomfort, but it's really like an avoiding a perceived discomfort of feeling the feeling. So you stay in the discomfort and avoiding the discomfort and avoiding the feeling for so long that when you finally embody it and you finally let yourself transmute it, it takes you down. It becomes a full dark night of the soul because you've avoided so many emotions that when you finally allow yourself to finish, when you finally allow yourself to do your natural process without hindering it, by thinking that, you can just ignore the universe and not shift and not respond to universal energies. It's like, I feel like people who don't want to take this light code are people who think they live in a bubble and like the world around them can change and the universe around them can change, and the earth under their feet can change and everything around them can change, but they can stay the same. Like, that's not a real thing. And know that if you do decide that you want to be in a bubble like that, universe will take care of you. As in, when everyone shifts into the fifth dimension, universe will put you in a spiritual jail cell so you don't hurt anyone else. Just so you know. Just so you know. Because I feel like we might all have a couple people in our lives who are like, oh God, no matter what, I don't know if they can make it. Don't worry. They probably can. And if they can, they won't be the ones who hold us back. Okay, I kind of interrupted myself with a light code. I kind of just do that, right? You guys just layer these light codes on. So let me not give myself a hard time, and let's just continue. So because this is a natural experience, the embodiment of spirit. Oh, right, that's what I was going to talk about, the burnout. So that kinetic energy overcharge, if we delay the feeling of a feeling for too long, when we do feel it, the kinetic energy is super strong. And then that kinetic energy is so strong that it can cause like a spiritual burnout, or it can force you into a kind of dark night of the soul where you have to process many strong emotions and they almost take you down and out of your regular life until you feel them. And then on the other side, you're like, oof, I feel so good. I feel fresh. Oh, I'm ready. Let's get this shit done. But I think we can all think of a few people in our lives or a few people in our history who seem to get stuck in the dark night of the soul. People who had a dark night of the soul, and then at the bottom of the dark night of the soul decided that component of their spiritual experience would then become their identity and their reality. And in some sad and twisted way, they decided that they are so unworthy of a good life that they will live and plant their seeds at the bottom of their dark night of the soul. If that resonates with you, I want you to know, just stop that. You have to transmute your own emotional energy through your body. Breathe. Witness the energy going up and down your chakra ladder. Don't transmute your energies around other people. It's just rude. By the way, it's just rude to go through shadow work or a dark night of the soul around non-consenting individuals. Okay? If you've got accountability partners, loved ones, friends who you have some kind of agreements with, where, they will support you through shadow work on occasion, or something about, dark night of the soul support. Otherwise, you better go through these potent spiritual cleansing moments in solitude. Because in those moments, the chance of you projecting onto another and draining all their energy because they love you and want to help you is high. And when you're in that potent state of needing to transmute your own emotions so you can build up your own kinetic energy to take you and yourself forward, to try and bring someone in to help you through those emotions, what you may end up doing is becoming codependent on them, but they don't become codependent on you, so to speak, and they will help you through your work. But because you're codependent on them, you don't actually get to build up any of the kinetic energy through that work. So they might help you understand emotions, and they might help you feel better, but they helped you, and you didn't build up any kinetic energy on your own because they did the work for you. And so you might have a shallow mental understanding that helped you feel better, but you did not truly shift your vibration. You participated in a kind of dispersing of your own energy, and you gave that kinetic energy to someone else who probably didn't even consent to it. They just wanted to help you. But some people don't realize that some things that we're not really supposed to help other people through in that way. Or like it's a disservice. It's a disservice to do someone's emotional labor for them, because then they have to go through all of those emotions all over again just so that they can build that kinetic energy that is their birthright. Someone's going through a dark night of the soul, stay out of their way. Yeah, create space of support. Create a supportive energy of love for them. But do not think that you can ride the bike for them. They need to be the one with their feet on the pedals to build up that kinetic energy to move them forward. You cannot carry anyone on your back into the next dimensional plane except your children. Not other adults. Never. So breathe a little bit. And know that the raising of your vibration, the activation of your spirit in your body, the embodiment of your highest vibrational self, and the experiencing in your now moment of your highest vibrational potential reality is not only your birthright, but it's natural for you. It's natural for you. It's completely natural. Acknowledge where in your mind you feel it is unnatural to feel uncomfortable sometimes. That's the part of you that's holding you back from taking in this light code fully. Discomfort is a great sign of transmutation, of change, and as we continue to be willing to experience discomfort, we will find that the need to go so deep into discomfort before we realize we're uncomfortable lessens and lessens, because we get such a feeling of union and communion with our own spirit. We have such a highly potent and active and trustworthy relationship with our intuition and our telepathy and psychic powers, our connection to the divine within, that we feel maybe a ping of discomfort at one point. We will feel a ping of discomfort, like a ping of energy, and like, oh, something to transmute, gloop, done. But right now it's a little more a heavy experience transmuting. But every time you do, you start to acknowledge and recognize the energy of knowing and the needing to transmute something. And so eventually, the uncomfortable feeling that you are raising your vibration and the uncomfortable feeling that's kind of necessary to build kinetic energy, they will not have to be so profound. But for now, they may be. Okay, 2 tips for raising your vibration that are unusual. They're not the only tips for raising your vibration. I'm just deciding to give them now in this moment. Lip syncing in the mirror. Lip syncing to songs that you love in the mirror. Giving yourself a full performance. Raise your vibration and increase your relationship with yourself in a self-loving manner by singing love songs to yourself in the mirror, or lip syncing to your favorite love songs to yourself in the mirror. Use all of the facial expressions, use all of your performance skills, and really show yourself what you've got. And another thing is more of a tool. I highly, highly recommend at the beginning of your day, ensuring that you're approaching your day from a settled place from your center. And then at the end of your day, journaling. I call it keeping a diary, because journaling feels like something that you might like share one day. Like, no. A diary is like private. And I'm my most vulnerable self there. Having a diary and writing in your diary at the end of the day. And it almost reminds me of like in one of those religions where you confess your sins, like going into your diary and just like letting it all out and recording it and letting it all out and getting it all out of you. It will help you if you make this a practice and you're a little disciplined with it. It will help you in your raising of vibration, because in those moments that you are in your diary and you are settling into your energy and self-aware with yourself, those are moments where you're holding space for yourself and your spirit. And those are moments where you will facilitate that natural flow of the divine entering your body, of your spirit entering your body, and of the raising of your vibration. Holding space for yourself to just be with yourself and bear witness to you and allow whatever you need to flow for you, alone, for you, is important on a daily basis. And for me, when I write in my diary, it allows that space for me. So that's why I'm sharing that with you. It's important that we are a little disciplined in this current cosmic energy, at least for the next 6 months. I mean, this might be a forever thing, I'm not sure. But 6 months are going to be potent. To stay disciplined and every day checking in with yourself, because we live in a society, and we grew up in a society, we grew up in a society in the Matrix where discomfort was usual, where moving around the world when you're not feeling good is regular, where accepting things that don't feel good and moving in a way that is not in alignment with spirit is accepted. And we're moving out of that time. So any feelings of discomfort or uncomfortable emotions that in the past we may have just bottled up or disassociated from or repressed or compartmentalized and kept moving forward in life, we're no longer doing that. Now, as soon as we feel an inkling of something that may need our attention, we prioritize it. And we spend our time in communion and in union with spirit and with self and with the divine and with God, the universe, to breathe and to allow our natural process to flow. It's true. Sometimes we get caught up in life and we realize, oh my God, when's the last time I tapped into myself to see how I'm feeling, to see if I have any things I need to transmute? I'm feeling a little low on energy. When's the last time I transmuted and built up some kinetic energy to move me forward? When's the last time I tapped into myself to see if I have any feelings I need to feel that might get my feet that are on the pedals back moving again to continue to build up my kinetic energy to move me forward? They're connected. Where you don't feel the energy to move forward is a sign that you don't have the kinetic energy to move forward, because that's not where you're at right now. Before you have the kinetic energy to move forward, you have to feel the feelings and transmute the feelings and bring them fully into your body. And the doing of that builds up the kinetic energy. You don't get the energy first. You don't get to take your baggage into 5D. But what you do get to do, which is kind of beautiful, is you get to take this baggage and dissolve it into atoms, and then walk through the atoms. And it's like, what do I want? What don't I want? Only that which I want I keep, and it becomes me, or some crazy like sci-fi experience. If it's truly divine for you, it stays with you. It is you. Because you attract it to you, because it's coming off of you. Ooh, I feel like I almost got the full light code spiraled out. So, how you feel matters. And I would recommend having a consistent practice with yourself in tapping into that and in prioritizing that, so you can ensure that you're consciously, one, facilitating your evolution, so that your evolution does not have to facilitate you. And by that, I mean, if you ignore an emotion that is supposed to take you into a soul truth long enough, this emotion will say, why are you ignoring me? Give me attention now. I don't care what you're doing. Give me attention right now. It's going to be inconvenient and potentially embarrassing. Inconvenient and potentially embarrassing, but necessary. So prevent that from happening by staying tapped into yourself. So when you feel the inkling of that feeling, of that discomfort, you can face it right then and there. Go through it. Pass it through your chakra ladder. Breathe through it and come out a changed, evolved person with more energy, more kinetic charge to move you forward. Feelings are powerful. To ignore them, to pull back that slingshot. Be careful. Feel them. Alone. For those of you who just came in the room and missed the first part of the light code, go through your shadow work and your dark night of the soul. I'm not saying break up with people, and I'm not saying divorce people. I'm saying do not get all of your splooge of your shadow work all over the people around you. It can be messy. You are ridding yourself of toxins, spiritual toxins, and detoxing in shadow work and transmutation of emotional energy and going through dark nights of the soul. Do you really want to splash that shit on other people that's coming off of you? You do not. If you care, you do not. Give yourself the love of prioritizing your spirit. Breathe. This may mean, for some of you who have a lot of kids and don't have any alone time, locking yourself in the bathroom to take your bath, having an aunt or someone come over to help watch your kids so that you can take 20 minutes to lock yourself in the closet. This might mean waking up at 3 a.m, because that's the only time that everyone is sleeping, to do some spiritual work. I'm telling you, you show yourself that you're willing to prioritize for you and find a way to healthfully allow this natural process to occur, and yourself will respond by blossoming. Yourself will respond by saying, thank you, self. I really needed this time with you. Yourself will respond by saying, ugh, thank you. I've been really wanting to go through this natural experience that I have been naturally attempting to go through, that you have been repressing or disassociating from or escaping from or running away from. I'm so glad you finally are here with me, myself, so that I can go through this natural process and return to my highest vibrational state once more. Take a deep breath. And so while meditation is so powerful, because it is a very specifically held space of stillness that holds so much space for spirit to fly into your body. But know that as long as you are still and present with yourself, even if you are driving, walking, doing the dishes, taking a shower, painting your nails, whatever it is, my loves, gardening. If you are in communion with yourself, present with yourself, spirit will do what it needs to do. And in that space, oftentimes for me, it's when I'm in my creative space that feels the most meditative, because it's in that space that I'm, just enjoying myself, enjoying reality, and kind of bearing witness to what comes out of me and being like, cool, let's play with that. So in that creative space for me, I do find that my mind is so open and my heart is so open that I get lots of epiphanies, and spirit really flies into my body. My spirit really activates in my system because I'm just so open. So I'm so open to see and to consider. And I'm taking notes when I'm in my creative space. So spirit really uses that time for me to activate me and to really transmute and build up my kinetic energy. And it's great because I'm in a creative space, kind of in this art making energy while I'm doing that, so that I'm kind of actively utilizing the kinetic energy as I'm building it. So when I leave the dance studio, when I leave whatever creative space that I'm creating art in, I feel like a new woman. I feel so refreshed because not only did I transmute energy, not only did I build up this kinetic energy, but I also created with that kinetic energy, and I've come out on the other side of all of that. So it's like, not only did I go through a rebirth, but then from the rebirth, I had the baby, I took care of the baby grew up, and now the baby's the president of the United States. That's a feeling of satisfaction. If you can work with the analogy. So I hope that these light codes could inspire you and remind you how natural this is for you to be your spiritual self. I want you to know that it is your birthright. It is your birthright to have a high vibration. It is your birthright. But understand that as your vibration changes and raises, this frequency emanates off of you and starts to manifest a different timeline, a higher vibrational reality, a different dimension. Some may call it the fifth dimension. For some, it may be another dimension. As you shift your personal vibration, it emanates out of you a different frequency, which manifests a different dimension. This is a natural process. It is natural for you to keep experiencing higher and higher dimensions, because it is natural that your body continues to rise and rise in vibration. Because this is a natural process, understand that change is inevitable. Some things that existed in lower vibrations do not live in the higher vibrations. But just because something may not exist in the higher vibrations does not mean that the higher vibrations are devoid or void. There are new things there that you couldn't have fathomed. So open your mind, open your heart. Don't be afraid to do your shadow work in solitude and then reemerge into the world of fresh flower. Don't be afraid to feel your feelings and transmute them to get to the other side of the kinetic energy without needing anyone to help you get your kinetic energy, because then you won't get it. Breathe and know that you can just settle in and just be. No fancy meditation techniques, no fancy tools, existing with yourself and knowing that just by living, I am in purpose. The stress, the self-shame, the self-guilt, the thinking that I should be doing differently, the constant observer mentality of constantly monitoring myself like a hall monitor, to just constantly give myself detention passes. All of that can just go away now. You can just stop that, because you have every right to live and be in this moment and just bear witness to the treasures that are existing in the now moment without stressing about the future or having anxiety about the past or any potential timelines. Be here with yourself. Let your body take natural deep breaths and know that it is natural for your vibration to rise. And so therefore it is natural for your reality to start to reflect the raising in vibration as well. It is natural for some things to fade away so that new things can bloom. And as some things seem to be left behind, as if we are leaving one low dimension on a ship, being taken to a new dimension, and as we continue to raise our vibration, the things of our past we wave to and they get farther and farther away. We have to remember, when we're done waving at where we're coming from, we turn around and we look at the new world that we are heading into for ourselves. And how, as you get closer and closer, as you start to experience the energy of your current reality, not your past reality, but as you start to experience your current reality, you're going to start to realize, wow, there's actually so much here for me. And I'm glad I finally was willing to stop waving and looking with binoculars at the continent that I was leaving, the dimension that I was leaving. I'm glad I'm done needing to wave by and monitor where I'm coming from. Because wow, where I'm at right now is very potent. Feels very chock full of information, and feels very fertile. I feel like a very beautiful 9 of Pentacles tarot card energy. A feeling like we do have much abundance available for us if we're really willing to be settled into the now moment. And if we can understand the treasure that is the discomfort of occasional shadow work and needing to feel our feelings, when we can understand that that is a part of the treasure of the now moment, the ability to transmute so that we can continue to experience our highest vibrational reality. Take a deep breath. It's natural for your vibration to rise and for your life to feel better and better and better. So where things aren't feeling better and better, notice if it's maybe because you're holding on, or maybe because you think that you're not worthy and you want your life to suck forever. If you want to like your life, you can settle into the now moment and see what Spirit has to say. Okay? Spirit might say, feel this, and keep feeling it until it's done. And you're like, why, Spirit? Why make me feel this? And Spirit's like, I can't tell you. But it's okay, Oracle Brigitte's telling you now. The reason Spirit needs you to feel those things is so you can build up that kinetic charge to move you forward into the new dimension. Okay? And that's our session. That's our session. I thought I was going to drop us into meditation and do a whole guided meditation, but this felt perfect. This felt perfect. I've been wanting to tell you guys about the importance of feeling your feelings and how they bring you into your body and into your soul's truth on an IGTV video for a while now, and I think that this is the first one that I'm saving that has that light code, so yay for that. If these light codes helped you, yay. I'm so happy to hear that. Would you share it with a friend, or would you share it on your story, or would you let me know in the comments? I love the confirmation. We are meditating every Thursday a.m. doing our 1-hour session, the Lightworker meditation. It's very similar to this, but we actually do a guided meditation at the end of it. And yeah, keep checking up on my website, lovesteadylife.com, if you want to book a reading with me. You want to wait to see if your appointment slot you like is available. You can sign up for guided meditations on my website. You can read my monthly energy reports, my yearly energy reports. There's the complimentary Awakening Resources page. So if you haven't been to that website, I hope you'll check it out. I have written a series of ebooks that I call the Ascension papers. So if you're a gold member, you have access to all of those. If you're not a gold member, you can purchase each Ascension paper in my article portal on my website. And that's it. I love you. Oh, you're welcome, my loves. You're so welcome. I'm sending so much love to you. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful night, a beautiful evening. Whenever you're watching this video, these light codes are timeless. These light codes are timeless. It's natural for your vibration to raise. It's happening right now. So just breathe and be present with yourself and keep reminding yourself that discomfort isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a sign that you're building up some kinetic energy to move you forward. So don't escape those emotions, don't escape those feelings. Feel them and let them take you into your soul's truth so you can keep moving forward in a way that is informed from Spirit. Keep aligning with your soul's truth so you can keep moving forward in a way that is in alignment with your soul's truth, with your highest vibrational reality, with your spirit, so that your reality can continue to facilitate your best feelings in your spirit. And it's like a constant love session between you and the universe. Feel great. I hope you like those light codes. Oh, it feels so good when they're done. When the light codes are out. Oh, God. Thank you for being here. Talk to you later. Love y'all.